Today I'm going to give you guys my honest review of Mortal Kombat 1. I played this game for hours upon hours and I've already reached level 100 on my profile. I know, clearly I need to get a life. However, considering how much time I actually put into this game, I'm a lot more comfortable telling you guys my honest true thoughts on this game. What I think needs to be improved, things that I don't like, and things that I do like about the game, and things that I absolutely enjoy. Before we get started, you guys know the drill. Make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss content from me, and I also want to give a big thank you to Warner Brothers for giving me a review copy of this game so I can play the game early and I can give you guys this review and tell you guys what I really think. Now, I know what you guys might be saying. Warner Brothers sent him a review copy of Mortal Kombat 1. That's all I needed to know. He's gonna shill the game. I don't need to listen. And well, you'd be wrong. Despite what the internet and Twitter would like to say about me, I have never been one to never be honest with you guys. I have always been honest with you guys about everything regarding Mortal Kombat and everything in general. If I don't like something, I'll say it. If I do like something, I will also say it. And if I don't really care about a certain thing, then I'll also say that as well. By the way, I'm not going to be talking about story in this review. The story mode is going to have its own video, it's going to have its own review because there's a lot that I have to say. There are so many thoughts that I have, some good and some bad. And I'll just leave it at that. So definitely stay tuned to that. I'll let you know when that's going to be happening in some future video or something. Now, let me talk about the negatives of this game. What are the things that I don't like about Mortal Kombat 1? I always start out my videos negative, I know, but I like to end off my videos on a positive note. And this is how I've always conducted myself. Anytime I'm reviewing like a big piece of information that we got leading into Mortal Kombat 1, you guys know that I always started with the things that are negative and the things that were positive at the end, just so I can end off on a high note. I think it's very, very important to first talk about the things that are issues, because I think it's very, very appropriate to try and fix the issues before you talk about the things that are good about a certain thing. Because a certain thing can never be whole if the issues are still there. Of course, the perfect game doesn't exist, but you can get very close, and that's what we're trying to do here. My biggest issue with Mortal Kombat 1 is the online multiplayer, the online experience in general. Right out of the gate, the online experience is very, very bare bones. It's only Combat League ranked, casual matches, private matches, and King of the Hill. It's not really an engaging experience, and there's a lot of content missing in the online experience, like online lobbies. Every single Mortal Kombat game had lobbies. It had like 12 or 15 lobbies that you can join, and you can sometimes even make your own room. That's not even an option in this game. I have no idea why. Online practice mode doesn't exist, so if you want to practice against somebody who's really, really good, or if you want to get a buddy and you guys want to practice and you guys want to see what you guys can do with your characters and your cameos, you can't do that in this game. We're also in 2023 here, and when you're searching for an online opponent and online ranked or online casual or any other place where you're looking for an opponent, you're still stuck on the looking for an opponent screen. While every other modern fighting game, specifically Street Fighter 6, lets you go into practice mode, lets you go into combo trials, lets you go to not every single mode, but a lot more modes that are available just so you can kill the time before you get into a match. The online experience just feels very sluggish, and it doesn't help that there are a lot more connection issues that I have encountered in a modern Mortal Kombat game than I ever had in previous Mortal Kombat games. The standard of very high quality online play started with Mortal Kombat X, and it was great. Mortal Kombat 11 carried that, and then Mortal Kombat 1 kind of feels a little bit slow. I'm getting a little bit more connection issues. I'm getting more issues where people are not joining my lobbies or my King of the Hills or something like that. I have no idea why that's the case. I'm not sure what the servers are up to nowadays, but this shouldn't be happening in 2023. Now, keep in mind, I would say like 80% of my experience has been just totally fine. I have no disconnects and everything flows smoothly, but 80% compared to 20%, I think 20% is a little bit too high. There's a lot of people saying that they get a black screen of death when they're playing Combat League. Personally, I have never gotten that, but a lot of people are saying that it's happening. So if a lot of people are saying it's happening, then it must be happening. So if you can fix that, NetherRealm, please look into that and definitely try to fix that, because I wouldn't want to experience that at all. There are two other things that I would like to see added into the Mortal Kombat 1 online experience. Number one is crossplay. We know that's coming, and I am not really hard on the fact that crossplay is not at launch, because I know that NetherRealm is trying their best. At least I hope so, but it looks like they are. I think they're trying their best to make sure that PC players are included in that cross-play experience between PlayStation players and Xbox players. And I can understand why it's not available at launch, because NetherRealm does not develop the PC port of the game. And I think it's a little bit more of a hard thing to work on if two different studios are trying to make sure their connections are on the same page, because I think they probably run on different servers, or the way the servers work on PlayStation is not the same as how they work on in PC. But it's possible for them to still connect through crossplay, and it takes a little bit more time for that to happen. I know a lot of people will say, well, that should have been at launch, they should have been doing that day one. I understand that. You know, some people will bring up that Capcom and Street Fighter 6 had this at launch. Well, they also had the PC port worked under them as well. NetherRealm, that's not the case. So we should probably add the context here, but you know, add crossplay. Please just add a crossplay. And also probably cross progression too. We'll get to the customization and the unlocks a little bit later in this video, but I would very much like to see cross progression added into the game as well. The second thing that I would very much like to see is an online tournament bracket creator. There's a lot of tournaments being held on the online community. Some small streamers have them, some medium-sized streamers have them, and then there's a lot of big streamers that host their own online tournaments. This will definitely help us grow. This will definitely help everybody out, and there's really no reason for it to not be here. I think Street Fighter 6 also has this as well. And that's one thing that Street Fighter 6 is definitely beating NetherRealm right now in, is the online experience. I love the online experience in Street Fighter 6. I absolutely love Street Fighter 6 in general, and a big part of that is because of the online experience. It's fast, it's smooth, there's so many options, there's so many things to do, and Mortal Kombat 1 is very, very bare bones. I can use bare bones, I can deal with bare bones, but it's 2023. There should be more things there available for us. I do have faith in NetherRealm, and I do think they're listening, and I do expect some of these features to be added on later on in the Mortal Kombat 1 lifecycle. I forgot there was one thing that I forgot to add talking about the online experience. If there's one more other thing that I would like to see, is some sort of online connection filter. It has to happen in 2023. Street Fighter 6 has this, where you can only match up with people that have 4 to 5 bars, or you can go to 3 to 5, or you can do all if you don't care. But way too many times have I encountered people with 190 ping, and I couldn't decline them, and I had to stick with their McDonald's Wi-Fi experience for a first to 3 set. That was awful, and it's happened a lot of times in this game, and it's definitely not something that I ever want to experience again in this game. And I really, really hope there is some sort of connection filter added into the game, because if Street Fighter 6 can do it, so can NetherRealm. It's 2023. The online experience for a fighting game is absolutely crucial, and this is one of the things that would make it better. Let's talk about invasions. This one's a big hot topic of discussion around the Mortal Kombat community, and while I do mostly like invasions, there are a few things that I have problems with. Number one is that I wish we actually knew what we're unlocking before we get into a fight. So if you go onto a tile, it'll tell you what you're going to fight. Like if it's going to be some sort of challenge tower, if it's going to be a mini game, or if it's going to be like a one boss fight. It will tell us that, but it will not tell us what we're going to unlock from that. And I think most of the time we're just unlocking coins, which is good, and seasonal coins, which is also good as well, or talismans. Very rarely are we ever actually unlocking a lot of skins. You'll get there. You will definitely get there. You'll definitely unlock the seasonal skins of that invasion season. But most of the time, you're just kind of left in the dark as to what you're going to unlock. The most exciting things to unlock is areas through the clue codes or whatever the hell. You have to figure out what does the clue mean, and you do that clue, and then you'll unlock a new area, and you'll unlock a chest area where you will actually unlock gear and skins for your character. Those are the exciting things, and I wish we actually had some sort of guidance, some sort of knowledge as to what we're unlocking anytime we're going to fight in a tile. Because right now, the invasion experience kind of feels like you're playing it for nothing. And really, it is mainly an XP boost for your characters, which is okay, but I shouldn't have to feel like I'm playing for nothing. It just kind of feels repetitive. Also, I have no idea why, but why do secret fights happen every single goddamn tile? Why is it a secret fight if it's not even secret? Like, it happens like almost every fight. If we can reduce the amount of times that we get secret fights in invasions, I think it would be a lot better for the experience of that mode. But there have been times where I have like this big old tower that I need to complete, and then like a secret fight appears after I beat that tower. I'm like, oh my god, I finally beat this tower. And then haha, secret fight. You just did a secret fight like 2 tiles ago. Guess what? You get another one. Like, why do I have to do that? Like, what the hell? Also, there have been times where I felt like I was very, very lost in the maps of invasions. Like, maybe I get to a certain point in invasions and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I want to play some online ranked or something like that. And then I come back and I'm just like, wait, hold on a second. Where am I at? I forgot where I'm at. Like, and I have to like go back, and I have to like slowly go back because your character slowly moves from tile to tile. And then I'm like, oh shit, no, I have to go back over here. Oh wait, I have to go back over there. There's no map that you can look at. You can't go into the pause menu and you don't know where you're at. You can't pinpoint exactly how much you have progressed in the invasions map. And in my view, I think it would be very, very beneficial if that was added. If some sort of overview map of where you are, how much you've progressed, and where certain things are in certain areas. I think that would be a very good thing to add into the invasions experience. And definitely some sort of consumable that you can use to teleport to a certain tile. So let's say that you're all the way at the very end of the map, but oh my god, there is a chest area that you unlock with the nether stone, and I don't want to have to go all the way back and go slowly down the map and then get there. No, I should probably take some sort of consumable and then teleport over there. Because I know that if you were constantly teleporting without any consumables, that would just kind of take away from the experience, like kind of like take away the point of invasions. I understand that. So just add a consumable, like, so like for, I don't know, for 10,000 coins, you get like 5 teleport pills or whatever, and then you can teleport to a certain part of the map by using an overview map experience. So like you press pause and you can teleport to a certain point. I think that would be very, very good. Also, this isn't very much related to invasions, but it kind of sucks that this is an online only mode. You have to be connected to online to be able to get into this mode. So if I were to play this offline, I couldn't play it, and I wouldn't get my unlocks as well. Now, I have seen some people say that if you back out of the game and then disconnect, you will still have your unlocks available, but some people say that doesn't work, or they haven't experienced that. I have no idea why that's the case, and I don't really like that. Now, personally for me, I'm always connected, and I do think that 90% of players are always connected to online. They may not have PlayStation Plus or anything, but all they need is to be connected to Wi-Fi, and they'll be good. So I don't think this is the biggest issue in the world, but it's also not the greatest issue to have. Like, I think that's a very annoying thing to have into your game. I don't know how you would fix that, but if there's any way where we can keep our content even when offline, please do that. In terms of the customization, there are a few things that I dislike, but probably not for the reasons that you're going to think. Because a lot of people are talking about the fact that this game has less content when it comes to customization. And while on paper that's true, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And I'll get to that when I'm talking about the things that I do like about this game, which is the fact that there's only one gear piece. Again, this isn't going to be one of my cons, so I'm not going to be talking about it right now, but I will get to it. Number one, I really, really wish that you can select your skin or select some sort of loadout on the select screen of your game. Like if I wanted to play some casual matches and then for some reason, for whatever reason, some dumb fuck reason, I was like, you know what? I want to pick my other skin for this character. I can't do that. I have to go I literally have to quit ranked matches, or I have to quit casual matches, go all the way back and equip that skin so I can use that skin in the next fight. Now, there is a system in place where you can select skins through different times in the match. So one match you're on one skin and another match you're on another skin. It's where you favorite a skin, but it's random. So it's not always going to be the case where you select the skin that you want to play as. What if I only want to play as the default skin for Liu Kang, but I have other skins favorited because in online ranked, I wanted to change my skins because that was the only way I could change my skins? Well, I'm screwed. I have it favorited. I'm going to have that skin switch no matter if I like it or not. That shouldn't be the case. In every single Mortal Kombat game before this, you can just switch the skin the next game with absolutely no problem. Like it was just a thing that you do in Mortal Kombat. In this game, it's not. And I don't know why. Another thing that kind of bummed me out is that when I go onto the skin selection, or if I go onto the gear selection menu for my character, I don't know what masks Scorpion has. I don't know what skin Scorpion has in this game. And I don't know how to unlock them. It doesn't tell me. It just gives me, if you're just booting up the game for the very first time, it just gives me the default and that's it. It doesn't tell me how many skins he has, where he can get them. They're in the game. Don't get me wrong, they're in the game, but it doesn't tell you where it is, and it doesn't tell you how to unlock them. And at least Mortal Kombat 11, despite the grievances that I have with their customization system, I very much appreciated the fact that it will tell you where these skins are and how to unlock certain skins and what skins are available for your character. And this goes for gear as well. Now, the way you unlock skins for your character is just by playing the character. It's by hero mastery, and if you want to unlock seasonal skins, then you go to play invasions or you go to the seasonal shop. But it's very weird that you go to your customization menu for your character and it just doesn't tell you what skins you have available and where to unlock them. This is kind of a personal experience, but a lot of the skins in this game are not really that good. A lot of them are this very overly designed garbage like Mortal Kombat 11. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of really cool looking skins in Mortal Kombat 1, but there's some that I just don't like looking at. Like, what is this garbage McDonald's reptile? This does not look like Reptile at all. Why would I ever want to have a reptile that looks like this? And there are skins like this for other characters on the roster, and I don't like that. I wish we had more retro outfits. I wish we had more simplistic looking outfits, and trust me, we're going to get them. We're definitely going to get them, so I'm not going to act like this is something that I'm stuck with forever, but it's also not something that I would like to see at launch. I would like to see some other really good options available. But again, I have to give you a caveat on this. This is totally a personal opinion. If you like the skins that are available to you in Mortal Kombat 1, that's all good. Me personally, I'm not a fan of a lot of them. There are quite a few that I do very much like. Just, yes, don't get me wrong. I do like a lot of skins in this game. But there are quite a few also that I don't like, and it's a little bit too much than I would like. Also, if there's one thing Mortal Kombat 11 has above Mortal Kombat 1's customization, it's the fact that there is customizable intros and outros for your character. That is completely gone in Mortal Kombat 1, and it very much sucks. Those are one of the coolest things that you can customize in that game, and having it completely gone in this game is definitely a bummer. I'm never going to give points, or I'm never going to downplay that fact. That is very sad to me. One last thing I'll say is that I very much do like the character mastery system in this game. So what it is that if you want to unlock brutalities for your character, if you want to unlock fatalities for your character, if you want to unlock palettes for your character, if you want to unlock combat cards for your character, all you have to do is play that character and play any mode that you want. You can play casuals, you can play ranked, you can play invasions, you can play classic towers. You can do anything, and that's absolutely fantastic. However, let's say that I am a Liu Kang main, because I am, but I'm not much of a Havoc player. I will be, but not right now. I don't know if I really want to go all the way to Havoc and then play him for hours upon hours upon hours. Now, it doesn't take that long to get to everybody's main skin. I think everybody's main skin is unlocked at level 18, and I think it takes 2 to 3 hours tops to get that. That's not really that big of a deal. There's going to be grind in every single game that you play, but however, may I suggest that we have some sort of system in place where maybe you spend a certain amount of dragon crystals and you can unlock a whole character's mastery tree. I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm never going to play Katana, but I want some of her skins because I like to play, I like to play dress up with some of my characters. I like to see what certain characters have, and I like to have that character wear that skin on my roster. But I'm never really going to play Katana. Well, guess what? I spend, 2,000 dragon crystals and I buy her entire mastery tree. I think that would be pretty cool. You're still going to grind for those crystals. There's still going to be grind involved to get to that certain point. So you might as well do it because the whole point of the character mastery system is to grind for your character. And it's done in a good way. Keep in mind, it's done in a good way. But there's also a different method that you can use to unlock certain character skins or certain character aesthetics. And that is grinding for dragon crystals. So you can use those dragon crystals to buy somebody's whole entire character mastery. I don't know, am I weird for saying that? Is there anything wrong with me asking for that? Is that not practical? There's some general fixes that I would like to see. Apparently the PC version definitely needs some tuning up. It's not a terrible experience on the PC, at least from what I hear, but there are a lot of bugs and there's a lot of weird, connection things going on with the PC version, so some optimization fixes would definitely come in handy. Also, it's very, very weird how I go into practice mode and I have no option to remove the game HUD entirely from practice. Like, why is that not there? That's been in every single Mortal Kombat game ever, or at least in the modern games, and it's just for some reason not in this game. Also, the option to tag moves while you're playing in a match is no longer there. Like, why is that not there? That's one of the most important things that you can add onto your display if you're trying to learn a certain character's moves and learn a character's combos, is to tag their moves and have it right there in the match for you. And it's just not there. Like, like what? Also, the sound system is a little bit buggy as well. There are certain points where some parts of the game are just completely muted, like sound effects or music, and it will stay like that for long periods of time, and you have to back out and go to the main menu and then come back. It's very annoying. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a little bit more times than I would like it to be. If there's a few things that I'm going to say that I don't like about the character roster, it's the fact that some characters do not have their iconic special moves in their moveset. I hate that. I absolutely hate when you strip away some of the most iconic things these characters have done over the years. Look, I get it. You have to have a gameplay experience that is absolutely fun, yes, but I don't think that should come at the cost of stripping the identities of these characters. I'm also going to probably say some story directions for certain characters on the roster I don't like, but I'm going to save that for my story mode review because that deserves its whole different video. And in terms of negatives, that pretty much does it. Now, I know I listed off a lot of things that I didn't like. However, I would like for you guys to keep in mind that everything that I just named are minor issues and are not at all related to the core functionalities of this game. The core functionalities of this game, number one, is the gameplay. And the gameplay is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. I have an absolute blast playing this game. I love the cameo system. Every character on the base roster, the main characters, have plenty of tools, have so much there. It's like a sandbox of character or player expression. And then you bring on your cameo fighter and there's a whole other sandbox of player expression that you can select. I play a lot of Ashrah, and I like pairing her up with Serena because I think she gets the most damage and I think she gets the most value out of her. However, I have seen a lot of people say that Goro is a very, very good fit for Ashrah as well, because you can combo off of pokes when you couldn't do that with Serena. You can't combo off of pokes with Serena with Ashrah, but you definitely can with Goro. So there's so much variety of what you can do, and I haven't even touched the other cameos with Ashrah. There's so much limitless potential, and guess what? We have a 23 character roster. If I'm having that experience with one character, oh my god, I have 22 more to go. I have a sandbox of player expression and so many moves and so many tools that I can use with one character. And then guess what? I can pair that up with a cameo fighter that brings even more to my character. Or if I don't really care about that and I just want like a pair up between the two because I like these characters lore-wise or whatever the hell, then go ahead and do that. Play the game however you want to play. And that is exactly what Mortal Kombat 1 gives you. However you want to play the game, however you'd like to express yourself, Mortal Kombat 1 definitely gives you that option. This is definitely the most fun I have ever had playing a Mortal Kombat game since probably Mortal Kombat 9. I did like Mortal Kombat X, but Mortal Kombat 9 was where it was at. This is the best experience I've had since then, and God, I love playing this game. This game is absolutely so fun to play. Combos galore and player expression galore is how I would describe this game's experience. Let's talk about the roster, because a lot of people are like, oh, only a 23 character roster? Huh, that's lame. Well, you're not looking at what's in this 23 character roster. There is a lot of great characters in this roster. I'm going to say this again. This is probably the best roster we have had since Mortal Kombat 9. I am absolutely blown the hell away how they were able to pull off a 23 character roster, which is relatively small, and have it be one of the best rosters we have ever gotten in a Mortal Kombat game. I'm just still in shock. Now, I'm also not a big fan of when people kind of downplay the character roster, saying only 23 characters, when they're not including the cameo characters. The cameo characters, I fully believe that they have to be included in the discussion of being included in a Mortal Kombat game. I consider Shujinko a playable character. You can play as these characters. These characters have their own moves. These characters have their own brutalities. These characters have their own fatalities. These characters have their own skins. These characters are incredibly important to Mortal Kombat 1's roster. They're incredibly important to this game in general. And to not include them when you're talking about the roster of this game, having it only being 23 characters, I think it's a very bad faith approach to that topic. Because like I said, cameo fighters are just as important, just as real, just as innovative as the main roster characters. Not 100%, I will say that, not 100%, because there are certain things that cameo fighters don't have that main fighters do have, but that doesn't take away the importance of those characters. So the cameo roster, absolutely fantastic. The main roster, absolutely fantastic. I will say, as a 3D era fan, somebody who has grown up with playing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, and somebody who has been asking for 3D era characters to return in Mortal Kombat 1 for years upon years upon years, since 2014, since before Mortal Kombat X came out, I will say that I am so happy with this game. I am a satisfied Mortal Kombat 3D era fan. NetherRealm managed to give us almost every single highly requested 3D era character in this game. They managed to do that between the 23 character roster and a cameo roster, and I am 100% grateful. 3D era fans, rejoice. This is our game. This is what we have been waiting for. We have done it. We have finally got our premier 3D era resurgence Mortal Kombat game, and I am so grateful. I just absolutely love the roster of this game. Can we talk about stages too? Because oh my god, oh my fucking god, oh my god, it's like I'm going to a restaurant and I'm eating the best food I've had in my life. That's the experience I have when I'm looking at Mortal Kombat 1. Like, any time, in any setting, any stage. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, this is beautiful. This is just so gorgeous to look at. I just can't get my eyes off of this. Some of my favorite stages, some of them are returning. The Wuxi Academy, the Pyramid of Argus, or it's not the Pyramid of Argus, but it's basically a remake of the Pyramid of Argus from Armageddon. Oh my God, I absolutely love it. Sindel's Garden, oh, the nighttime version. Oh my God, holy shit. Oh my God, I'm just. Oh my, I'm lost to words. I am lost for words. I can talk for a whole hour talking about the stages of this game. I am just so floored with how great everything looks in this game. Just, I'm getting overwhelmed, guys. I promise I'll stop, but trust me, the stages, oh my God. Stages. Also, the music of this game. Oh boy. We actually have some bangers in Mortal Kombat 1's music. Like, I almost forgot how good Mortal Kombat music used to sound. My favorite so far is definitely the Tea House stage round 2. There's a certain part that plays in round 2 of the Tea House stage, nighttime by the way, and I'm just dancing, bro. I'm just like, oh my God, this sounds fucking awesome. This is absolutely fantastic. Also, I absolutely love how the music in Invasions mode is very, very, very much in tune with the spirit of Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest music. To anybody who has played Mortal Kombat Deception, any Mortal Kombat Deception fan out there would know that the music in Mortal Kombat Conquest is absolutely fantastic. It's so relaxing to listen to. It's so good to listen to. And the Invasions mode music is 100% in line with the spirit of Deception Conquest music, and I am so grateful for that. That's one of the things that I very much like about the Invasions experience, is that I can just sit there and I can listen, and it can be so relaxing. Just like how it was with Mortal Kombat Deception. I'm just ready to say, guys, that this is the best music that we've had in a Mortal Kombat game since the 3D era, since, like, you know, Mortal Kombat Deception. This is 100% the best music experience that we've had in a long, long time. I repeated that, but I cannot emphasize that enough. I am so happy with the music of this game. So let's talk about customization for a little bit, because this has definitely been a hot topic of discussion among people on the internet on whether or not Mortal Kombat 11's was better for customization or Mortal Kombat 1's is better for customization. And a lot of people will bring up the fact that Mortal Kombat 11 had more options because you can change 3 different gear pieces for your character, and in Mortal Kombat 1, it can only be 1 gear piece. And while, again, on paper, it is true that Mortal Kombat 11 had more options, that doesn't necessarily mean that the quantity of the options that you had in Mortal Kombat 11 equals quality, because there was definitely a lot of characters in MK11 that definitely did not need 3 different customization options, and so many resources for Mortal Kombat 11 was put into the gear system, and it took away from actual character skins that were definitely needed. I didn't need to change a gas tube on Cabal. Instead, I wish resources were put into making Cabal have a classic UMK3 costume. We never got that. Sorry, Cabal fans. I feel sorry for you because you never got a classic skin. But hey, you got like 5 million gas tubes. Oh boy, I cannot wait to change that. Like, really? Jackie Briggs had customizable grenades that you never see in gameplay. Why am I customizing this, and why are so many resources being put into this? Because there's like 5 million options that you can choose for the grenade. I don't need to change Sub-Zero's water bottles. Like, why do I need to change that? I'm never going to see that in gameplay. It's not crucial to the character's look at all. Why am I even given the option to change it? I don't care about this. Same thing with Scarlet's blood vials. She never uses this. She just has it on her belt, and she doesn't use it at all. Like, why do I care to change that? That doesn't matter. What matters is maybe her knife, maybe, but what really matters is her mask. What really matters for Sub-Zero is his mask. What really matters for Cabal is his mask. And that's one of the things that I'm going to give Mortal Kombat 1. One of the things that I very much like about Mortal Kombat 1 is its customization. It's only one customizable piece per character, but at least they're focusing on where it actually matters. So for Scorpion, you're changing the mask. That's all I really need. For Sub-Zero, you're changing the mask. For Ashra, you're changing her Chris. You're always going to use the Chris in gameplay. She has her Chris out at all times. And that's my whole point, is that all the gear options in Mortal Kombat 1 actually matter to the character. Although it's only one customizable piece, at least it's actually a piece that matters. Something that's actually going to have an effect on how your character looks in the game. And the resources so far seem to be put onto character skins, which is what we want, or at least that's what I want. I want to be able to have more skins than I have gear options. Another thing that I very much like about this game is its unlock system. If you want brutalities, fatalities, skins, color palettes, combat card things, icons, whatever, if you want that for your favorite character, all you have to do is play that character. And it's so simple. Like it's a passive unlock. So you just keep playing. You're already gonna do that in general. No matter what you do, you're just gonna keep playing your character, and you're unlocking things just by playing the character and doing whatever the hell you want. Like, that's a good thing. Although I do have problems with invasions, it is absolutely a much better alternative to Towers of Time. In Towers of Time, I had to wait certain hours to get certain skins and certain brutalities and certain combat cards. Sometimes they would go away for like a week. Sometimes they would come back in 2 weeks. There are certain character stages that went on for way too long. Like, I had to play like 5 different stages for a character just to unlock everything for them. Like, oh my god, the grind in Towers of Time was just so bad. And in Mortal Kombat 1, it's almost very passive. Like, you just play the game and you get everything. Like, there is a grind. Yes, it's going to take time for you to get the things that you want for your character. Absolutely. Wow, big deal. There's grind in a video game. Again, grind is going to happen no matter what. Is the grind egregious in this game? Absolutely not. And Invasions is not absolutely egregious to get through. The AI is not as stupid as Towers of Time AI used to be. The modifiers are not as annoying as the Towers of Time used to be. It's very easy to get to. Again, there is grind, and I would like to see it reduced just by a little bit, along with some other improvements that I've already talked about in my cons. But really, the way I see Invasions is like a podcast mode. I can put in a podcast and I could just be pressing buttons and just have a good time. Like, it's not really the biggest annoying grind I have played in a fighting game or in a game in general. Yes, I would like it to be a little bit more engaging, but honestly, if that's the experience that I'm going to have, where I can just sit there, I can put on a 2-hour podcast, which I mainly do. It's just in general, that's just how I go about my days. I put that on and I just play the game and I have everything unlocked. That's fine with me. And it's not like you have to play Invasions like for 5 hours or anything like that. You can divide this up by like 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, because the invasion seasons last for like a month and a half. Like, you have plenty of time, plenty of opportunity to get basically everything, to get through basically every single invasions map. So I named off a lot of cons and I named off a lot of pros. What's my overall consensus on this game? I definitely think this game could be improved in a lot of areas, but those areas that need to be improved, and I touched upon this earlier in this video, you would notice are not at all related to the core functionality of this game. A lot of those cons that I have can definitely be fixed in like 1 or 2 patches. Maybe 3 if the things that they need to tackle are a little bit more difficult, but honestly, I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. So the things that need to be fixed are not very detrimental to the game. Maybe the online is, but everything else, not really. The core functionality side of the game doesn't need really that much tuning at all. And that's the most hardest thing to get through. If it was a problem, if the gameplay definitely needed a lot of fixing, that would be very hard to fix. But it doesn't need that much fixing. In fact, the worst thing that I've seen people say about the gameplay is to fix the neutral. I think that neutral can be fixed. I really do think that can be fixed. But when it comes to skins and not enough gear or whatever, guess what? We're gonna be getting a new season of free content every 6 weeks. They have confirmed that since before Mortal Kombat 1 was even released. Crossplay, I know it sucks that it's not in the game, but it's going to be added into the game. We already know that. There is an almost perfect game in here. There very much is. This is not a perfect game. There is flaws with this game. So in my view, Mortal Kombat 1 definitely did live up to the hype for me, despite its flaws. If at the end of the day, you want to pick up a controller and just do combos galore and you just want to play the game the way you want to play the game will give you that option. You will have a good time playing this game. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.